given us Upadesham through the Gita. All of you first sit straight. Back should be perfectly straight. And first, deep exhalation. And then inhale deeply, hold the breath for as long as possible. And then exhale again consciously. Forget about everything else. Focus only on the breath. So the thought should not wander anywhere, only on the breath. Relax your physical body and quieten the mind. Mind should not be unnecessarily chattering. Okay, focus on the breath. That's the way. Okay. So by this process, one should quieten the mind. Physical body should be relaxed, and then you'll be able to establish in one pointedness. That's called chitta ekagrata. That's a very important step for doing dhyanam. This chitta ekagrata, the mind that is focused on only one aspect. Right now, the focus is on the breath. From there, now follow the Upanishad mantras. It says that one should do dhyanam with a quietened mind on the supreme principle. Sarvam khalvidam brahma tajjalaniti shanta upasita. So, shanta upasita. Mind should be quietened. Shanta upasita means what? Directorial statement. Do upasana on Brahman. Sarvam khalu idam. Idam sarvam khalu brahma eva. Everything that is around you is in reality only pure consciousness, existence, bliss, Brahma Tattvam, from which emerges the entire universe. That's why Tajjalan. The creation, sustenance, dissolution happens continuously. And to help us focus on the same supreme principle which is present within each of us, Upanishad Mantra points out to the cognitive faculty that is there in all of us. The constant cognitive faculty is possible only because of consciousness. And so the mantra says, Pratibodhaviditam matam amrutatvam hi vindate atmana vindate viryam vidyaya vindate amrutam. Pratibodham, bodham, pratibodham. Continuously, your mind goes through a series of cognitions, and such a great multi-processing is happening within our mind, greater than the greatest AI you can talk of. So you have to work hard to increase this internal faculty of cognition and cognize the supreme truth through understanding the underlying cognitive principle, which is consciousness. Bodham, pratibodham, viditam, matam. Understand that this ability to cognize is possible only because of supreme consciousness principle, which doesn't get impacted by any of the impressions. You see, it has to continuously provide the common cognitive faculty. If it gets impressed by any of the other factors, it loses its originality. So it remains unaffected, enables all the cognition that you are experiencing. Bodham, pratibodham. Amrutatvam hi vindate. Viditam matam. Once you understand, establish and realize supreme truth, the supreme principle, supreme consciousness principle as your own true nature, it bestows upon you immortality, knowledge of reality, bestows immortality. So then what happens? Atmana vindate viryam. So even while you are alive, after getting Brahma Jnanam, whatever happens, everything will not be seemingly favorable to you. You are really not getting affected. That is the greatness of Brahma Jnanam while being alive. Atmana vindate viryam. Gives you special mental power. Vidyaya vindate amritam. Brahma vidyaya. Once you get this Brahma Jnanam, and realize yourself as that and become Brahmanishtha, dedicated only to this Brahmasmi Jnanam. So it will bestow you Vidyaya Vindate Amritam. Amritatvam hi Vindate. So wonderful mantra to remember. How to get to that stage? What are all the challenges? How to overcome them? Let's study through the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. विभूति योग श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्ते नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतं वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्ते नमः अपारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम् ॐ. All of it and Yam Brahma loudly. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunmanti Dimyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samaga ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः. Now let's stand the 6 slokas plus the 5 slokas. The first, the next set of 5 slokas, how to manage the matter principle, which is Maya. Very nice combination. So let's start with the first 6. Om Shri Ganesha Namaha, Shri Saraswatye Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om, Shri Bhagavanu Vacha, Teshamevanukampartham, Ahamajnanajam Tamaha, Nashayamyatma Bhavasthaha, Jnanadipena Bhasvata, Jyotishamapi Tajyotihi, तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानं येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पंडितं बुधाः. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now the 5 slokas. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Daivi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Baye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite Ananyas-chintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam mahamyaham mattah parataram nanyate kinchidasti dhananjaya mayi sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया. Now, what the great Gaudapada says that prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayaha maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthataha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता दशमोऽध्यायः विभूति योगः. ओम नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अंडमं व्यक्तसंभवम् अंडस्यान्तस्ति मे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी. ओम श्लोका नंबर 9, chapter number 10.9, which we learned in the last class. So coming to the end of the first portion of the 10th chapter, which signifies significant knowledge Bhagavan is giving. So first, shloka number 9. Shri Bhagavan uvacha macchitta madgata pranaha bodhayantah parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hardam Swagatam. Hearty welcome to the next session on the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. What is the 10th chapter called as? Vibhuti Yogaha. Vibhuti Yogaha, the glory, the greatness of Ishvara Tattvam in reality. So, the progression of the Bhakta from Manda Bhakta to Madhyama Bhakta. That means what? Not only do we recognize Bhagavan as an individual in a statue or a pratima or a photo or a temple, Ishvara Tattvam Bhagavan is not recognized as what? Sarvam Vyapakaha. So we can keep on saying difficult for us to practice, correct? So what is the best way? When you go out, when you look at, don't look at sun directly. So at least mentally look at the sun. So Surya is Pratyaksha Devata. Similarly, the moon, the stars, the planets. I keep on saying, if you are very diligent during evenings in India, you can see Brihaspati. That is what? The planet Jupiter, right over the top of your head. At least in India, even US, I think you can see. Same there. Huh? Evenings you can see. Like that, Venus. And you see all the planets. Recognize the greatness of Ishvara Tattvam Vibhuti. So that's how you start recognizing slowly. And that's what Bhagavan says that, sloka number 8, Aham sarvasya prabhavaha matta sarvam pravartate. So Bhagavan can keep on saying, but we are not able to internalize or no. In Bhagavad Gita class, it looks fine. But when we go out, we tend to forget. So Ishvara is present 24 by 7 in various aspects. Only your mind has to tune to that supreme what? Truth. And Bhagavan only is manifesting as what? The combination of the Rajas, Tamas, Sattvam in varied forms. Is the multifarious matter. That means what? Even beings, living beings, non-living beings, and with underlying Brahma Tattvam supporting everything. So once this truth, you move towards this, your mind will constantly contemplate on this supreme principle. That's why it's called Buddha. Sloka number 8, underline the word Buddha. So it's just not what? Some kind of superstition or just some following something because somebody told. You sit down, study Vedanta Shastras, critically question, analyze, understand. You become a Buddha, the wise people. Moving towards Jnanam, please understand. Transition from Artha Bhakta, Artharthi Bhakta to what kind of Bhakta? In Jignasu Bhakta. That's why you're called a Jignasu. I explained the two words in the last class. What are they? Jignasu, Mumukshu. Don't forget. Jignasu is equal to Mumukshu because no longer Bhagavan is a means for attaining your material ends. Bhagavan is a means to attain the knowledge of Bhagavan. See, even now, Bhagavan is a means, but the goal is what? Knowledge of Bhagavan. So as I told, this person now, when he's transitioning from a what? Manda Bhakta to Madhyama Bhakta, the mature Madhyama Bhakta. That means what? At the tip of Jnanodayam, sloka number 9. So, Dhyanam, while doing Dhyanam, mind is fixed. Sense organs are withdrawn from the external world, focused on the consciousness principle that is underlying principle for all the sense organs. Then, while you are discussing other people, no gossip. Nah. The first thing you should see, if you see people are interested in gossiping, talking about other people, talking about unnecessary, what is called as unwanted things, then you know that person is not really on the path of what? Jnanam. That person is not a mumukshu. That person is not a jignasu. Again, correct? And so, in the process, what happens? If you have supposedly a lot of friends who are interested only in gossiping and other things, what happens? So, for the fear of losing out your valuable time in unnecessary pursuits, you have to cut off all these kind of what? Interaction, yes or no? That's why one of the golden rule to follow if you're a evolved spiritual person, Have people with the same similar mindset, have those friends or relations who are connected to this path, which is obtaining jnanam, or better not have any friends. So the choice is yours. Because anyway, you got Guru, you got Shastra, you got Bhagwan. Connect with them continuously and focus on this truth. Because the moment you interact with worldly people, what they will do? Slowly they will take you to some small topic. From that, what happens? You'll also get interested. Howda. Kannada will say, then get in. Then slowly mind gets dissipated and you forget not only yourself, you forget Bhagavan, everything, Brahma Tattvam, everything gone. That Maya will take over. So be careful. So the next two shlokas, Bhagavan is going to explain this practically. So very nice chapter. See, the 10th chapter development is very nice. We'll study the next two shlokas and then go to the ebook. All of you have the ebook with you. Now, with this background, let us see what Bhagavan does. So far, what as a bhakta you have done? You have moved from Manda Bhakta to Madhyama Bhakta, recognizing Bhagavan everywhere, thinking about Bhagavan constantly, understanding certain aspects about the entire creation. That means what? When you're a Jignasu or a Mumukshu, your questions come out. What is this world? Who is this Ishvara? Who am I? Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, those questions. And vaguely you get some answers because you have started on this journey. This knowledge you try to exchange the information with other people and try and get some clarity. So now sloka number 10. Chapter 10, sloka number 10. Chapter 10, sloka number 11. Write down 10.10 and 10.11 are 7-star slokas, most important slokas in Bhagavad Gita. Now, by Bhagavan's grace, let us study chapter 10, sloka 10. Those who are there in the class today are very lucky. Only they will get this sloka, others will not get it. Okay? Sri Bhagavan Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mamupayanti Te. How do you understand? Yeah?
तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते.
Very good. All of us together. Now chant this sloka with lot of bhakti dedication to Bhagavan. Sri Bhagavan Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Ena Mamupayanti Te. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So many times I told you, even if you are in the presence of Bhagavan, you cannot get jnanam just by Bhagavan seeing you or touching your head. Nah. What is the example I keep giving? You all should know by now. You're all very now experts in Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna was with Krishna Paramatma. Very close or not? Huh? Krishna Paramatma was a charioteer to Arjuna. So whatever he wanted, Arjuna wanted, Krishna was doing. So when that is the kind of relationship they had, if it was possible, now important, note down this. If it was possible to transfer this jnanam, Brahma jnanam, Atma jnanam, the ultimate knowledge, which is the only way to solve all your problems, cessation of all worries, complete vimukti from this samsara cycle. If you want to get rid of all the bondages, there is only one, that is Brahmajnanam or Atmajnanam. Bhagwan could have given that by touching Arjuna's head or something like this, right? We all see in film. Doing like this, it will come. It will come, no? Did it happen? How do you know it has not happened? Because of the fact that Bhagavan has continuously told chapter after chapter. Yes or no? Go back. Sankhya Yoga, ultimate truth, failure. Arjuna couldn't get jnanam. So do proper karma. So karma yoga. Then jnana karma sannyasa yoga. Karma sannyasa yoga. Dhyana yoga. Then what? Jnana vijnana yoga. Akshara brahma yoga. What? Goes on and on, right? Raja Vidya, Raja, what? Vibhuti yoga. And continues till 18, correct? So continuously Bhagavan, nearly 700 slokas, Bhagavan has given the entire knowledge through what? Guru Shishya Pariprashnena Sevaya. Important. What is the message? One has surrendered to a Guru and dedicate yourself to study a Vedanta Shastra systematically. How long, sir? So long as you are not got the Jnanam, until you get Jnanam, you have to be dedicated. So, Bhagavan says, for people who are dedicated, whose goal is to know the Supreme, that means what? You should go back to all the qualities explained in sloka number 9. What? They are doing dhyanam every day. When doing dhyanam, the mind is withdrawn from the world, focus on the Supreme. All the sense organs are withdrawn. It means what? While doing dhyanam, you should not be thinking what that person is doing and not hearing some music. Some people want to do what? Dhyanam with music. Nah, that's a modern technique. And again, dhyanam with music. That's why his meditation course is a problem. Dhyanam with some music, dhyanam, silence, absolute silence should be there when doing dhyanam. Please understand. That's why early morning you should do. And no need of any special agarbatti and all those things for dhyanam. That is for puja. Understand? Because Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandham should not be affecting your dhyanam. So that is sense organs withdrawn from everything, focused on Supreme and concentrating to understand through the exchange of information, whatever knowledge you got to study of Gita and Upanishads, Brahma Sutras. They are always, first of all, what? Worldly life, they are contented. That means what? For me, what is required, Bhagavan has given. Whatever comes extra, fine. I really not know. I'm neither going to get excited nor going to be too desirous. As long as I can maintain a proper regulative lifestyle, it's fine for me. Always contented and delighted. For those people, so please understand, Bhagavan is mentioning that means qualifications required. So in Sanskrit, we call them Tivra Mumukshu. Tivra Jignasu. It means what? Very, very focused to what? Get this knowledge. For those people who are ever steadfast in this path, that means what? They moved from karma to karma yoga, practicing now more upasana and moving toward jnana margam. For the people who are steadfast in the jnana margam, studying Vedanta Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and all those things. Also, now the worship is now converted into seeing Bhagavan in all aspects, studying the Vedanta Shastra more and more diligently. That means what? More time is given for studying the what? The scriptures, Vedantic scriptures for those people. This is the worship. So not the same old worship. Nah. Initially all the worship has been done. Nah. Shodashopachara puja. Then what? Panchayatana puja has been done extensively. Chanting has been done for hours together. Now the chanting is what? Gita, Shloka chanting. Upanishad mantra chanting. Gaudapada Karika chanting. Brahma Sutra studying and memorizing. This will be now. You have to do this, right? So this is also the real form of worship. Bhagavan says that what people are dedicated because only by jnanam, jnana devat kaivalyam, for them, for God, this kind of devotion, this is what? Jignasu bhakti. For those people, Bhagavan says, I will not do like this and what? Make them jnani. Bhagavan says, I will give them the Gnana Yoga. I will give them complete path of Gnana Yoga, which means what? Bhagavan will give them the right orientation, dedication to study the Vedanta Shastras under a traditional teacher of Vedanta. So that wisdom, because the mind has been what? Going on, getting confused, what to study, what to do. Shall I go to re-engineering, inner engineering, that art, this nonsense, that. JK Yoga, BK Yoga, mind is going on different ways. If you are really now completely what disconnected from all the noise and focused on Vedanta Shastras, it means you have got the greatest blessings of Bhagavan. So Bhagavan says that I give those people the yoga of Gnana. Gnana Yoga is being bestowed. Bhagavan blesses them with Gnana Yogam. Gnana Yoga Praptihi. Write down. Ishvaranugraha Deva Pumsam Advaita Vasana. Only by God's grace, having done all these things, you will get the blessings to be steadfast on this path. I have told this one important shloka from the second chapter. What is that? Shruti pratipannate yada sthasyati nischala samadha vachala buddhihi tada yogamavapsyasi. So, after hearing to all the different bewildering statements, you will finally come to the conclusion that Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitartha, that is the right path, only path. That is a practical aspect. The divine aspect, subtle aspect, the unknown aspect is Bhagavan's blessing. So Bhagavan says that for such people, I will bestow upon them the Gnana Yoga through study of Vedanta Shastras. And what is that Bhagavan is giving? That Gnana Yoga will enable one to reach Bhagavan. That means what? Does he spend a special flight? No, special Pushpaka Vimanam. And again, in which you will enter and then it will take you to Vaikuntha Lokam. What does it mean? This journey is journey through knowledge. So through that journey, you understand your own true nature. One, two, which is what? What is the true nature? Shuddha Chaitanyam. So then you also understand Bhagavan as pure consciousness. So once you understand yourself as that supreme consciousness, Brahma Tattvam, Atma Tattvam, Atman is Brahman. And that is how you reach Bhagavan. You understand now? Only by Jnanam, knowledge, Vedanta Vijnanam, that you can reach Bhagavan. That means what? You understand that you and Bhagavan are not different from each other. If you understand you and Bhagavan are not different, do you need to travel? You tell me. When should you travel? When two entities are displaced from each other from standpoint of space, time, or causality. When both are one and the same, do you need to travel? But no, then what is the travel then? What is the travel now? The travel is journey, is the journey of knowledge. From avidya, move to vidya. From atma ajnanam to atma jnanam. From ajnani to brahmajnani. That is the path. So now you're understanding? Bhagavan himself is saying the greatest blessing that I can give to anybody is not what? Money, position, power, solving problems. What is the greatest what? Blessings of Bhagavan? Can you tell me? Anybody? Is Gnana Yogam. So you're all very blessed. So one who is steadfast on the path of Gnana Yoga are the really blessed ones. I'm not saying this. Am I saying this? Bhagavan himself is saying this. That is why we don't give any what? Re-engineering or inner engineering. All pure Vedanta. That's why Padavibhaga Anvaya are doing. My Paramaguru I used to say, unless you do Padavibhaga Anvaya, you will not understand properly, you will misunderstand and misinterpret. So this important shloka, let's all do Padavibhaga properly. All of you now. Padavibhaga Anvaya for shloka 10.10. See, both are 10, 10.10. Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami. It's not Dadhami, it is Dadami. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Ena Mam Upayanti Te. Now all of you getting very comfortable, right? When you start doing this, becomes second nature. Very easily you can start breaking the words. Now look at the Anmaya. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami tam buddhi yogam yena te upayanti mam. Clear? Simple, no? Very interesting. Now categorize further this sloka into three groups. First group is Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. First group. Here, second group. Dadami Tam Buddhi Yogam. Second group. Third, Yena Te Upayanti Mam. So the first group talks about what are the qualities, qualification criteria. Second, if you qualify for what? Wimbledon finals, what you will do? You can play Wimbledon finals, correct? Like that. If you qualify with all these qualities, what will I get? The second part, Bhagavan gives something that is most precious, greater than the greatest that you can imagine. That is what is the result of building all these qualities. Okay, after getting the most precious thing, what will I attain? That is the third group. Very good shloka. Now look at the individual meaning. Tesham. Tesham, to them. To them means what? Quickly, anybody? I just told. Care of shloka number what? 10.9. Very good. Okay, that's good. Care of 10.9. Now you're all very churka gidra. My Guruji will say. All of you are very smart and sharp. Very good. So, if you are now almost, that means what? 100% at least you are there in terms of focusing on Brahma Jnanam 10.9 Tesham, to those people. He wants to re-emphasize Bhagavan. Satata Yuktanam. Satatam. Satatam means what? Continuous. So you cannot be part-time. Sir, I am studying part-time MBA. I am doing part-time course. You all do know? Many people do part-time course, right? This Vedanta is not part-time. 100% full-time. It means what? Be connected to Vedanta continuously. Don't come for one class, bunk 100 classes, then come back again or disappear. Many people, that is the problem. Why they are not able to attain the goal of life? It is very much easy, very easy. I keep saying. That's why the word hasta malakam, I told you, no. It is very easy provided your mind is oriented towards this. Our mind is getting what? Dispersed, deviated. One day you sit, next day you run away. How can you get this knowledge? So Bhagavan's focus here is what? Satata Yuktanam. The three C's I keep on mentioning, all modern language. What is that? Consistency, commitment, constancy has to be there on this Vedanta Shastram. Satata Yuktanam. Satatam means ever. Yuktanam, steadfast, connected. So if you are very steadfast, connected, continue Vedanta Shastras to get this Jnanam, Bhajatam, and who worship. Now the worship is no longer what? Doing puja or bhajana, namasankirtana or even parayanam. Now it is what? Gnana Yoga. Now understand. Gnana Yajna. So Yajna means what? Yajadeva Pujayam. Now it is no longer Yajna like a havan or a puja or visiting temples. Now it is what? After having done all that properly, the person will continue to do that. Maybe for lesser time, but more time is dedicated to Jnana Yajna. That means what? Studying the Vedanta Shastra. That is the worship, Bhajatam. That is the real worship here. Because if you keep on doing only puja, Jnana won't come. Please understand. For getting Jnana, what you should do? Sundarama? To sit down and study the Shastras. And since it is difficult for us to understand on our own, What you should do? Seek the right guru. As I keep saying, go to ocean or the sea. Can you drink the water? So much of water is there. No? Somebody went to the what ocean and said, "Let me measure how much water is there with that udrni, that spoon. Try. Can you do it? So much of no water is there, but can you drink it? You tell me." Similarly, so many shastras are there. What to read, when to read, how to read, how much to read. What is the process? Only if you are really blessed, you will get the right way. Write down one important subhashita here. Ananta Shastram Bahuvedi Alpascha Kalam Bahavascha Vignaha Yet Sarabhutam Tadupasitavyam Hamso Yatha Kshiramivambu Mishram. Like that you study. When you study with the Guru, all this knowledge will come. It is not only makka maki. People do Bhagavad Gita, some simply read that, read the meaning, go away. What is the inner essence? Write down. Very good, Ram Subbu. Ananta Shastram Bahuvedi Tavyam. Just like I told you, the sea is vast, the ocean is vast. Ananta Shastram. Ananta means what? No end. So many Shastras are there. Somebody will say, you read that, you do this. Correct? Even if you got some problem, you talk to 10 people, 10 people say, do 10 different things. Because each one comes from different point of view. Ananta Shastram. Ananta means what? Ananta means what? Never ending. Na antam iti anantam. Infinite. Very good. Bahuvedi tavyam. So many things. Suppose you see there are so many things to know, then what? There are innumerable things to know. Bahu veditavyam. Vedita means things to be known. So anything is important. Nah? You want to study Lalita Sahasranamam, first level. Then I want to know meaning. That is second level, Artham. Then Lalitopakhyanam. There is Upakhyanam for Lalita Sahasranam. That it will be 500 pages. It will take 10 years. Gone. Should I be focusing on that? Or should I be what? Vedanta Shastras, Brahma Sutras, Upanishads. See, that is where the real intelligence comes. That is why Bhagavan is saying that discernment, that ability to focus on the right thing. Ananta Shastram, Bahubedi Tavyam. Okay, there are many things to learn. Many things are there in front of you through which many things can be learned. And have you got infinite time? Alpascha Kalam. You got only, so what? How much time can dedicate to spiritual studies and religious activities? Tell me, 24 hours a day. Hardly 1 hour, 2 hours, right? Other things are taking a lot of time. Alpascha Kalam. Within that also, Bahavascha Vignaha. So many problems. Mind doesn't cooperate, stomach ache, leg ache, somebody calls, children will disturb, children are not there, somebody will disturb, no friends, no family, something happens, correct? Even the time you allocate for this, Bhahavascha Vignaha. Vignaha means hurdles, difficult, yes or no? Have you not seen this? Huh? Important thing, mind doesn't also focus. Then, because if your mind is really dedicated, things will happen automatically. I keep on saying the desire is not very deep. So you find reasons to skip Vedanta class. So, Alpascha Kalam Bhahavascha Vignaha. So what should you do? Shloka says, Yet Sarabhutam. What is the essence of all the Shastras? Essence of all the Shastras is presented in the Bhagavad Gita. I am not saying. What does Acharya say? The beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Tadidam Gita Shastram. Write down. Very important all this. Samasta Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam Durvigneyartham. Instead of going from page to page, book to book, people to people, from half man, half god man, holy man, that man, this man, all cheats, all the other charlatans. Go back to the Vedic knowledge present in the Bhagavad Gita. Shankara says, this Gita Shastram, essence of all that one needs to know. Tadidam Gita Shastram Samasta Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam Durvigneyartham. People who are non-traditional, who are not studied properly Upanishad, Vedanta, if they say Bhagavad Gita, run away from them. Don't listen to them because Durvigneyartham, difficult to understand and then explain. So what? Alpascha kalam bahavascha vignaha yet sarabhutam. Essence of all the Shastras, essence of Vedas. Veda itself means what is to be known. Known both academically, objectively, scientifically, psychologically, emotionally, medicine, any chapter you take. You take the chapter of science, space science, dealt with extensively in the Vedas. Like that, everything has been dealt. What is the essence of all that? Upanishads. And that is present in Bhagavad Gita more easily. Further clarification, Brahma Sutra. That's why I keep on saying Prasthanatrayam is the essence. Yet Sarabhutam Tat Upasitavyam. That is what you have to take. That is what you dedicate yourself to understand, digest. So how is it possible? Example is given. Hamsaha, something called as swan, Hamsa Pakshi. If you give it, if you give Hamsa Pakshi, swan, water and milk mixed, you know what it will do? It has got the ability to take only the milk and reject the water. It has got something they say, ability to curdle or something, it will reject the water. Similarly, hamsaha yatha, kshiram iva ambu mishram. Ambu means what? Ambuna na Tamil ambu கிடையாது. Ambu in Tamil means, ambu means what? Bone or water, correct. Kshiram means what? Simple Sanskrit words you understand. This is how you learn Sanskrit. Kshiram means what? Milk. Ambu means water. One Upanishad starts with the word ambu. Ne. Mahanarayana Upanishad. Okay. So, Kshiram and Ambu. That means what? Milk and water is mixed. You give it to Hamsaha, Yatha, just like wonderful shloka. Try to memorize this shloka. Yatha, Hamsaha, Kshiram, Mishram. What it does? Only takes Kshiram. Similarly, from the vast ocean of Shastras, take only the essential ones. So, Asaram, Alpasaram, Saram, Sarataram, Tyajet. So, Bhajet, Saratamam Yasya, Tasmad, Dhirasya Lakshanam. Another shloka, write down. Asaram, Alpasaram, Cha, Saram, Sarataram, Tyajet. Bhajet, Saratamam Yasya, Tasmad, Dhirasya Lakshanam. A Dhiraha is a person who can reject what? Asaram. Asaram means what? All this gossiping, all this, no, people, no time pass. You have to reject that. Alpasaram, beginning of all the other bhajana, nama sankirtana, goshti, that this, no, that also you have to get over. All this sloka you will not get in Google. Try in Google, you will not get. Only traditional teachers will know. Asaram, alpasaram. That also you have to give up. Saram. Sometimes you'll say, okay, doing this puja, standing upside down, having this vratam, go to this place, that's very important. Saram, that also you have to overcome. Sarataram. Somebody will say, do Sri Vidya Upasana and again, do this, no, that, this, no, all this magic will happen. Go beyond that. So, write down now. Asaram, Alpasaram, Saram, Sarataram, Tyajet. Tyajet means you have to go beyond. Bhajet Saratamam Yasya. Dedicate yourself to Saratamam, Vedanta Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, Prasthanatrayam. Constantly study that. I'll tell you, when you start studying Mandukya Karika, you will not feel like studying anything. That's the greatness of Mandukya Karika. Such a great scripture. Neshkaram Siddhi, all those things. If you're blessed, you will learn all that. Bhajet Saratamam Yasya. Tasmad Dhirasya Lakshanam. He is a real Dhira who has overcome all these pulls and pressures. So Bhagavan says, that is the devotion to study Vedanta Shastras. So this qualification is there. So Preeti Purvakam. And so you should not have what? A very dull and what? Uninterested approach. What is this Vedanta? Dry Vedanta. Nah? Ashabdam asparsham arupam avyam. No, 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 no. It is what? The essence of everything. Raso vaisaha asaguhyevayam labhanandi bhavati. So, the essence of everything. So, though it is tasteless, it is a taste of everything. You getting the point? Raso vaisaha. And when you next time take rasam, most of people cook rasam, right? Raso Vaisaha. Bhagavan is present. So please understand, Preeti Purvakam. Everything should be done with devotion, with lot of dedication. So when you do all this, Bhagavan says, Dadami. Dadami. Prathama Purusha Ekavachana. Bhagavan says, I give. I give what? Te Buddhi Yogam. To those people, Buddhi Yogam. Buddhi Yogam means what? Gnana Yogam. You understand? So, what is the highest that Bhagavan can give? Simple question. Can you answer? What is the highest that Bhagavan can give to a true bhakta? It is Gnana Yoga. Jnanam, Vijnana Sahitam. That's why entire Bhagavad Gita is dedicated to that. So, Te Buddhi Yogam. Write down bracket Jnana Yoga. That yoga of wisdom. What is Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam, Atma Jnanam. Clear second part. So, to those people, I will give that yoga of Jnana. And what is the use of this yoga? Jnana. Jnana yoga. Na, by which? So, by Jnana yoga, what happens? Te upayanti. Those people blessed with Jnana yoga, reach. Upayanti means reach. Whom? Mam. So, Bhagavan, look at the magic here. Bhagavan is present in front of, say, Arjuna or in front of you through the Bhagavad Gita. So, he doesn't say, I'll come and hug you and no, you can reach me. What is he saying? I will bless you with Gnana Yoga, through which you will reach me without touching me. No need to touch Bhagavan. Are you getting the point? What? Because you realize Bhagavan as your own true nature always with you. Clear? When something is innermost present within you, should you touch it externally? Huh? It's called Aikya Tattvam. So, very important shloka. So, remember, only way is Jnana Yoga. That is why what we keep on chanting all the class beginning. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. Tat swayam yoga samsiddhaha kalenatmani vindati. So chant shloka number 10 again. And get ready for the most important 11th shloka after this. Sri Bhagavan Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Preeti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mamupayanti Te. Now 10:10 is clear? 10.10 clear now? Now get ready for 10.11, which we keep on chanting in all the class. Now you're getting the full meaning. Again, sloka number 10.11. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Teshamevanukampartham Ahamajnanajam Tamaha Nashayamyatma Bhavasthaha Jnanadipena Bhasvata.
श्रीभगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता.
Very good. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha.
तेषाम्
Mute. Okay. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Teshamevanukampartham Ahamajnanajam Tamaha Nashayamyatmabhavasthaha Jnanadipena Bhasvata. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This sloka looks very familiar. Somewhere, no, we keep on chanting, no? Huh? What is this sloka? Huh? First sloka we chant in every class. Now you see, nothing here is re-engineering. No inner engineering, only pure Shastras. So now this is the culmination of all the effort that you put towards study of Vedanta Shastras. So Bhagavan says, the person is so much dedicated to the ultimate truth and has got the devotion to the Shastras, Guru, and Bhagavan. So Bhagavan says, I also have to do something. They have done their part. I have to do my part. So popularly, what happens in all the Puranas and all this Katha Kalakshepam, time pass. What they say, what is Katha Kalakshepam? But you know what is the right meaning? Kalakshepam. Kalam Kshepam. Kshepam means what? Destruction of time. Time pass. In that they will say, தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்க என்ன, நீ ஒரு அடி எடுத்து வை, பகவான் 10 அடி எடுத்து வைப்பார். They will say like that, right? That means you keep one step forward, Bhagavan will keep 10 steps. And everybody is very happy. Because in this, you don't need to use any brain, nothing. Something called brain, Bhagavan is given. Neither the speaker is aware nor the listener is aware. So simply keep on saying, listening. Okay, that's good. For encouragement, for developing some attitude, it's fine. This is what really Bhagavan does. If you are really dedicated to getting the jnanam through what? Constant focus, with devotion to Shastram, Guru, and Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, I also develop infinite compassion for them. First thing, write down. Bhagavan develops infinite compassion not by doing Nama Sankirtana, Bhajana, standing upside down, by a person who shows immense interest to know the ultimate truth. It is dedicated study of Vedanta Shastras. When you got that, Bhagavan does some magic. What Bhagavan says, I will now help their transformation. I keep on saying, right? One is listening. Second is understanding. Third is internalization. Fourth is transformation. Are you getting the point? So you have done all the work. You have sat down with the teacher, heard, try to understand. That is understanding. Then you are trying to internalize this. The fourth step is very difficult. Mahaprabhu was told in many Upanyasams, the final culmination can happen only by Bhagavan's grace. So Bhagavan says, I will enter their intellect and make this person transformed. The transformation finally happens with all the effort you have done by God's grace. So Bhagavan says, I myself will remain in the intellect. So Bhagavan does not say, externally I will do like this and will eat jnanam. If you do all these things, Bhagavan will help you to remove the last traces of Maya, Avidya that is there. Yes or no? Instead of studying all the Vedanta Shastras, are you able to get rid of Maya easily? What is happening? Every now and then, after the Gita class, something happens in the surrounding, something happens to you, something happens connected to you. You get either caught up with it, or your mind gets affected, or you get what? Yes or no? You slip away, correct? So Bhagavan says, this steadfastness to Jnanam is possible by my being remaining in their intellect. So Bhagavan says, I will enter the intellect and remain. What does Bhagavan say? Very pictorially, Bhagavan says that I will light the lamp of knowledge in their mind. Doesn't mean that Bhagavan will go and light up. That means there will not be fire here. This is what? Jnanagni Dagdha Karmanam. That's why the sloka all arranged so nicely. Jnanagni Dagdha Karmani. So that light of knowledge signified by a lamp. Next class I'll take in detail. Acharya Bhasham is wonderful in this. So Bhagavan says, I will light the lamp of knowledge. Brilliant light. It's not some what? A small light can easily be put off. You cannot just put it off. Through which the darkness of ignorance that is present within the mind is totally destroyed. Are you getting the point? So please understand, just like physical darkness can be removed only by physical light, the darkness of ignorance, the mind, can be removed only by the light of knowledge. That's why that mantra we chant, it is actually a mantra. Think sloka, you all know. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. From Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Upanishad mantra it is. Asatoma Sadgamaya. The path is moving from Asat to Sat, from unreal to real, from being caught up in the Maya Prapancham to Brahmajnanam. Then what happens? Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Prayer is lead me from darkness to light. That means what? Not physical darkness. Darkness called ignorance to light of knowledge. And once you get the knowledge, Brahmajnanam, what happens? You are bestowed with knowledge of reality, bestows saying what? I have given a saying, no? Bestows immortality. So, Mrityorma Amritangamaya, constantly being born and dead, samsara chakram. From there you move to Amritatvam, Amritam Gamaya. So, this is the journey, spiritual journey. So Bhagavan says, I like the brilliant light of knowledge. Means what? You are bestowed with pure jnanam. Dhyana deepena bhasvata. What a beautiful, yes or no? Now you understand the full meaning? Actually, you know only half. Meaning 50% is there in Acharya's Bhashyam. Next class, we will go in detail. So chant this sloka again in the class. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Teshamevanukampartham Ahamajnanajam tamaha नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So the next class is extremely important. Don't miss. If you got any friends, relatives, ask them to attend the class, because next class Bhagavan is going to give what Acharya Shankara is going to give you wonderful elaboration of this shloka. You also need to understand the Padavibhaga Anmaya correctly. You have been chanting this every day to perfect your knowledge. Greatest opportunity in 12 hours from now. Download the ebook. At that time, we have finished one particular section of 10th chapter. We'll go through the ebook as well. Great opportunity for you to spend the rest of the weekend in a constant thought of Atmajnanam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantu. Tyayata Hari Om Narayana.